next we have the chap here. Right, let me just get myself organised. I've done them, done that one, now it's this fella. What can we do for him? Okay, so let's do a mix of the Abaddon Black and the Fang. I have quite a darkish grey, and then I'll do his trousers that colour and his belt. Right, so shall we have this for a complete fashion disaster? Okay, come on, shall we? We've got his grey trousers on, dark grey trousers. What colour shall we do his top? In fact, I think we'll do his shoes as well this colour. In fact, no, we'll do. We'll give him black shoes. In fact, I just need to bring some black into that water. Yep. Nothing stopping me, of course, from going all along the base at the moment while I'm doing this, but while I'm going to be handling this to do the rest of the body, I don't think I'm going to. So what colour shirt should I give him? What colour shirt should I give him? How about a blue? And for this blue, we're going to use Altdorf Guard Blue. And we're going to mix in a bit of the Fang as well. Just going to, and all that will do is just dull the vividness of the blue, of the Altdorf Guard Blue down, so it doesn't look as though he's just come out of Top Man. Here we go. I still don't really know what colour to do the two women's shirts yet. I may just do a paler brown. There we go. And just do his collar. Oops, slightly off camera there, sorry about that. Just to do his collar and go over his back a little more. There we go. And I don't want to do... I know what I could do. Using a little bit of the white, I could put some of that blue colour in there and make it a very pale blue. And we could do her blouse in this pale blue colour. And I mean a very pale blue, it's almost white. Well, it's so pale blue, it's a grey. I just noticed I've missed some of the flesh on her arm. She's got a ripped top. And yes, I know what you're going to say. A blue shirt with brownish coloured skirt. Don't worry, it's going to be different once I've got the wash on it. Don't panic, man, don't panic. And before I forget, there we go. Tonia's forgot a little bit of her skin. So that's that bit. And now here I'm going to add some of the other colours we've got in with that colour we've just used for her top. I'm going to have some different colours in here. I mean all sorts of different colours. We'll have a mixture of everything near enough that we've got on our palette in this, just to make a strange little colour. Get some water, and this is the colour we're going to use here. It's a very pale version of this colour, Ben Blade Brown. In fact, it might be this colour actually. I've just mixed a colour that I've already got. How goes that? But never mind. So we have a few done here with the base coat. In case you're wondering, the other female walker, Zombie, is wearing stockings. I haven't forgotten about that point. I'm going to be using Agrax Earthshade wash mixed with a little of the Null Oil wash to, and yes, I know the skin tone looks fairly similar-ish to a top colour, but don't worry about that. Again, once the washes go on, it will be different. Now, what was I saying there? Oh yes, I'm going to be using a little bit of the Agrax Earthshade wash mixed with the Null Oil wash to do her stockings. So I'll have Null Oil first. We get some of that on our palette with some Agrax Earthshade, and I think I'll just put a spot of Carroburg Crimson in with it as well, just to change the colour somewhat. experiment. That's the thing, that's the key to doing certain things. Just keep experimenting with the colours and see what you can find. Sometimes you can make some lovely colours just by mixing a few together. Other times you can completely ruin it. But the thing is, as with everything else, you don't know until you try. And as I said, this is a colour for stockings. I think I may have to go over this once more. But I'll see how it dries. Now, speaking of washes, let's get the other washes on, shall we? Now I'm going to be starting with null oil. And going back to this young lady. Well, we can't go back to that young lady. Oops. Let's do the trousers and the boots of this fella. And because we've used a very watery mix of paints, I think we'll be able to get away with calling his clothes done. I don't think we'll need to what's the word I'm looking for? We need to come back and highlight, but all we can do is wait and see for that. Next, she's going to have greyish coloured skin, because she's not quite, our skin's not quite rotting, decomposing yet. She's a fairly, shall we say, fresh kill. There we go. Obviously we'll be coming back and what's the word I'm looking for? We'll be coming back and highlighting certain areas of the skin, so if it does look a bit odd in some places, don't worry about that. And again, with the hands and everything, I'm not really too fussed about those either, because they're going to be what's the word I'm looking for? They're going to be, oops, they're going to be something with all covered in blood when we finish the not done anything on the clothes on this fella yet. Ah well, we can concentrate on him a bit later then. I want to get the skin tone of this fella looking how I want it first of all. That's the experiment on this fella. may need to do another coat on that one. Okay, so that's black on those for the time being. I'm going to be using Prelude green shade on the other two fellas. And wow, yes, it does look harsh. When I come back and highlight it with an actual flesh shade, it doesn't look too bad. And if it does look a little bit dodgy here and there, we can always cover it in blood. One of the reasons I like zombies. If you mess up the painting, you can always go over it in blood and splatter blood all over it. What we're trying to do is not allow the green to build up too dark. Except where it's needed to be. So if you see it pooling and looking dark, then obviously remove the pooling bit. Okay, that's that bit done. I'll do this fella now. Dum 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 dum. I think that's it for this guy. And now this one, I think we're going to go over him with the green as well. It makes it look as though he's a dark skinned gentleman. I'm hoping it's giving the right effects anyway. I will be highlighting this with a paler brown colour. Now, I'm hoping the woman's stockings have dried enough that I can go over with Nuln Oil. Get her face done first so that if there are any areas around the legs that haven't dried quite as much as others, might give them just a little extra time to dry. And again, try not to allow it to build up too much in areas. I know we're going over with a highlight colour later on, but There, yeah. If you're going to allow it to build up in some areas, then try and make it underneath where the light isn't going to hit. What I do want to do now is go back to this colour that we did with the washes for her stockings and just go over these parts here. Go over a dress as well, or skirt as well rather. And I hope that looks reasonable. It looks like most colours, depending on what colour background it's going on, it will look different. So the shadows in this will look different to what's on the legs. So don't be concerned too much about using the same colour on two different backgrounds, because you won't do any damage. And if it doesn't look the way you want it, then that's part of the fun. Okay, so now I'm going to use Drakenhof Nightshade and just lightly go over her blouse. This will act obviously as a shadow colour, and then we'll come along later and highlight in grey, pale grey. So as I say, it will look different by the time we've finished. So here goes. That is this for the time being. Have to wait now until these dry. Actually, that chap's t-shirt needs doing, so I'll use the stocking colour. No, I won't, because there's not much of it left. I will use, oh, whatever the hell, use Null Oil. Well, let's see, and just run over the t-shirt, or the vest style t-shirt. I've just noticed a couple of places I need to just touch up with on the green on that fella. So we'll do that now, and then, well, we'll do when I find the green. I keep forgetting the green has a white top and the others have a black one. Okay, there we are. So that's all I'm going to do for this video. Join me next time. Well, hopefully we'll get to finish these off. If not, come fairly close. And I think I mentioned in the last video about the choice between the survivor zombies. What cars do you want? A, B, C or D? Please let me know in the description of that video. It's the part 2 video for painting fill. Don't leave it in this because I'll just get confused, because I do very easily. Okay, so until next time, as always, Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, God bless, and bye for now.